Welcome to my 2022 Senate Election Night final prediction, coming up live at EPA Decision Desk. This is the polling averages on 538. According to 538, 67% of 100 scenarios has Democrats winning the Senate. However, that has since slid down from about a month ago. This is a prediction from about 1 month ago. Now, polls are closing in the following states of Vermont, Indiana, Kentucky, Georgia, and South Carolina. We have our first projection here in the state of Vermont. Peter Welch is the projected winner. We also have Kentucky. Rand Paul is the projected winner in the state of Kentucky. While for Indiana, Todd Young, who did not win by that much in 2016, will easily hold this race. South Carolina, Tim Scott, the only African American senator from the Republican Party, will win his election. It is Georgia here, Herschel Walker and Raphael Warnock in a race that is not super competitive at this moment in time, but will definitely narrow down as the night goes on. This is our current projections. Democrats are ahead by 4 seats. Polls are closing in the 7:30 p.m. poll closings. In North Carolina, Cherry Beasley is defeating Ted Budd at this moment in time, but we don't think this is going to hold. For the state of Ohio, Tim Ryan is winning by more than 35 percentage points. Again, we do not expect this margin to hold for Tim Ryan. So this is our projections, not much of a change here at this time. For the 8 p.m. poll closings, we definitely have quite a few projections coming in right now. In Connecticut, Richard Blumenthal, the Democratic incumbent, will win in Connecticut. In Maryland, Chris Van Hollen will easily win, the most Democratic state in the United States. Illinois, Tammy Duckworth also going to win her race in Illinois. Alabama, Mo Brooks is the projected winner. The Republican right there will be able to win Alabama. Eric Schmidt is the projected winner in the state of Missouri. He will once again carry the Senate seat. And not once again, sorry. James Lankford will win the state of Oklahoma as the incumbent. While for Florida, Val Demings is currently leading over Marco Rubio. While for Pennsylvania, John Fetterman is leading Mehmet Oz right now. It is by more than a 20-point margin, but we do expect this race to obviously narrow as the night goes on. And in New Hampshire here, Donald Bolduc is leading over Maggie Hassan. We'll see how this race shapes out. While for our projections here, a lot more red and blue filled in. Democrats are still ahead by 4 seats. We have one slow state closing its polls, and that state is Arkansas. John Boozman is the projected winner. While for Ohio, a previously uncalled projection now goes to J.D. Vance. He will win the state of Ohio. J.D. Vance is still trailing, but we do expect him to catch on, as he's only trailing by a margin of 0.1%. So this is our current projections. Republicans are catching up, as they only trail by 2 seats. Key race alert in the United States. Georgia, Herschel Walker's lead has tightened to just 1.2% over incumbent Democrat Raphael Warnock. This race might as well go into a runoff, as over 2/3 of the votes are in, and no candidate has a clear majority. Ted Budd is leading over Cherry Beasley. He has finally overtaken him after some rural counties have started to report their results. However, this is still too close to call, as there's still 12% of the vote left, and Ted Budd is only leading by 0.5%. And for Marco Rubio, this is still too early to call, as we still have a lot of results from the state. It does say 80%, however, much of the result is from the conservative counties, which have no votes reported at this moment in time. While for the state of Pennsylvania, obviously, John Fetterman's lead has been cut by more than half, but he is still leading with 54.1% of the vote. We do have to still wait. Time will tell who wins this race. And in New Hampshire, Donald Bolduc's lead has also been cut in more than half, as he only leads by 0.5%, in a state that is expected to go to Mackie Hassan, but we're not quite sure, given that more than half of the vote is currently in. And the polls are closing in quite a few states as well. In the state of New York, Democrat incumbent Senator Chuck Schumer, the current majority leader, we'll see how that shapes out in this night. Chuck Schumer currently leading as the Democratic incumbent. Louisiana, John Kennedy is the projected winner in Louisiana, and Kansas will go to Jerry Moran. South Dakota with John Thune, and North Dakota with John Hoeven. Florida, we can project in a key race alert that Marco Rubio has defeated his Democratic challenger, Val Demings. He is projected to win by about 13%. The state of Wisconsin, Ron Johnson is currently leading over Mandela Barnes, but we'll have to see how this race shapes out yet again. Arizona, Blake Masters is ahead of Mark Kelly, but we'll have to see at this point. Projections right now, it does look like that Republicans have taken the lead over Democrats the first time in the night that has happened, but we still have quite a few states, including quite a few large states, to close its polls, such as the state of California. Polls are closing in the 10 p.m. Eastern Time projection zone. In Colorado, we can project that Michael Bennet, in a key race projection, will defeat the Republican Party. He has won with about a 1.5% lead at this moment in time. This is very close, but we do expect the margin to increase, as Denver is only 56% reported. Iowa, Chuck Grassley, the incumbent, will win in the state of Iowa, and Utah, Mike Lee, will defeat Evan McMullen. North Carolina, here previously too close to call, will now go to Ted Budd as he wins over Sherry Beasley by about 4%. Nevada, Kevin Cortez Masto is leading by 6%. However, she's not winning Washoe County, which is not a good sign for her in this election. So projections here, 46 for the Republicans. They are closing in as they're definitely expected to win Idaho and Alaska, bringing them up to 48. Democrats are going to win Oregon, California, Washington, and Hawaii, which will bring them to 46. So the battle of the control of the Senate will be dependent on the 6 yellow states you see on screen. The polls are closing at the 11 p.m. poll closing time when we have some key race projections. California, Alex Padilla will win this race. He was appointed by Kamala Harris in this race. Now he will win this election. Not Kamala Harris, Gavin Newsom. Oregon, Ron Wyden is the projected winner, and Washington, Patty Murray is the projected winner. Hawaii, Brian Schultz will win the state of Hawaii, while for Idaho, Michael Crapo will win the state of Idaho. Now it's a 47-46 race, a very tight race. We expect Alaska to go to the Republican Party, but the other 6 races are really very close right now, and only time will tell who wins the Senate. And we have a key race alert. Blake Masters has won the state of Arizona as a key race projection for the Republican Party. That Blake Masters has defeated incumbent Mark Kelly by a margin of about 1% point. That is the expected margin in Arizona. Nonetheless, this is a win for the GOP, and we can project that Wisconsin, Ron Johnson is also the winner of Wisconsin. While for Georgia, this will go to a runoff between Herschel Walker and Raphael Warnock. First state of Nevada is still too close to call at this moment in time. There's still 15% of the votes left. And although Calvin Cortez Masto still has a 4% lead, we're not sure that is going to hold up, as Arizona has flipped to the Republican Party. Thus, Nevada will likely also go to the Republicans. And for New Hampshire, this is an exact tie at this moment in time, but the Republicans does have about a 155 vote lead, so this is very close. 89% of the vote is in, but we still have 11%. And for the state of Pennsylvania, John Fetterman is still leading by 5%, but Pennsylvania and generally the Rust Belt is super slow at counting votes. So we'll have to see how this race shapes out with the remaining 33% of the vote. Currently, Republicans only need 2 seats for control of the Senate, while Democrats still need 4 to retain a 50-50 majority. At this point, one state will go to the runoff, that state being the state of Georgia. Alaska is likely going to go red, so really, Republicans only need 1 of the competitive seats, which they should be able to grab. Given that Arizona has gone to the Republican Party, I do expect that Nevada, Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, and Georgia, at least one of them, go to the GOP. And we have the state of Alaska, where we can project that Kelly Tshibaka and Lisa Murkowski, the 2 Republicans, technically Kelly Tshibaka is an independent, but she has announced that she will caucus with the Republican Party. Currently, this is too early to call at this moment in time, as we have to wait for the second round results. And New Hampshire Senator Maggie Hassan has won her election. This is a piece of good news for the Democratic Party, but that still makes things uncertain. As you can see, Maggie Hassan has now defeated incumbent Republican challenger Donald Bolduc. Lisa Murkowski has won her runoff race as she leads by more than 9%. But this is a key race projection. Republicans have been projected to win the United States Senate, as Mehmet Oz defeats John Fetterman in this extremely close race, but in the end, Mehmet Oz pulls it out. And for the state of Nevada, Adam Laxalt also pulls this out by a very close margin. He defeats Catherine Cortez Masto by 1.4% in the state of Nevada, with still a little bit of the votes left to count. And with that, Republicans are at 52 seats, Democrats are only at 47, and the state of Georgia is not expected to go blue, given that Democratic energy will be low, given that the Senate is not dependent on the state of Georgia. And as expected, Herschel Walker has defeated Reverend Raphael Warnock by a margin of around 2%. This race was held on December 6th of 2022. So this is our map. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Hope you liked this video, and see you guys all in the next video. Bye.